Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Dylan and this is my first video. I'll be kind of showing you around my garden a little bit. Got a little small setup going on and I'd like to show you guys. Mostly focus on pepper plants and all that, but growing a little bit here. This is my third year growing. So I guess to start it all out with, this is my kind of perennial, or my annual garden. Sorry about that. Here we've got some garlic, just some garlic I picked up at the local grocery store and just threw in my refrigerator until it sprouted and planted. Kind of excited for that. Didn't think I was gonna get that this year. Here we've got back here we've got bunching bunching green onions, and up here we've got Walla Walla onions. I think they're white onions, if I'm not mistaken. Here we've got 3 tomato plants. Starting off here, we've got a Roma tomato, kind of special request. Here we've got a Porterhouse hybrid. I grew these last year and they give you some pretty big tomatoes. That's they were all over like 2 pounds each. And here we've got Cherokee purple tomato, which I am excited to try. I've heard a lot of great things. All right, start out with the pepper plants. Get ready because there's a lot. Not too many. Here we've got an Aji Peanut. First time ever hearing about it. Kind of wanted to try it out. I saw it at my local hardware store and couldn't resist. Here we've got a Brazilian starfish. Heard great things about this too. Kind of mild like a jalapeno. Grew that from seed. It's a little small, but that's all right. Here we've got a Mad Hatter pepper. Starting to bloom, and I've got a couple flowers that were pollinated, ready to start fruiting. Picked that up from my hardware store too. Here we've got a Shisito pepper. Really kind of interested to try this. It's yeah. Don't have too many words. Sorry about that. Here we've got a Mammoth Dill. It's I want to kind of let that go to seed, so I can make some dill pickles with my cucumbers. Here we've got sweet banana pepper. A lot of these went through a hailstorm about a month ago, so they kind of had to restart, and they're all kind of doing well, but this is one that got pretty beat up by the hailstorm, but it's starting to grow again, sprout again. Here we've got, it's called a Snackable Red. Kind of wanted to use these with my hot sauce. Kind of mix them in just to tone it down a little bit. Got a lot of Superhots, and so this one's already got a little one on it. I think that's about as big as they're gonna get, maybe a little bit bigger, and then it's gonna start ripening. Here we've got a 7-pot Katy. I'm really excited for a lot of my 7-pot plants to start trying the 7-pot peppers. Didn't try them, haven't tried them yet, but I'm excited. Here I've got a Pepperocini. Yep. Here I've got it's supposed to be a red Caribbean Red Habanero, and I'm that I saved from seed last year. I'm not sure about what it's gonna produce because, you know, it was open pollinated, so it's likely that it got cross-pollinated with something else. And out of like, say out of 5 seeds that I tried to grow, this is the only one that sprouted. So maybe I might have a new pepper of my own. We'll see, I guess. This is a Trinidad Scorpion. Really excited about this. Use it with some sauces, for some hot sauces. Here we've got a Taj Mahal Orange Tiger with some very variegated black foliage. This one is kind of stunted. Oh man, we've got a little chipmunk joining us. All right, hey there, buddy. Here we've got a Primero Red. Reading about it, it says it's a habanero, but it's got 3 times or a third of the heat of a standard habanero. 70,000 to 100,000 Scovilles, which kind of intrigued me. I'm not a big habanero guy. I do not like that floral taste really of the habanero. I just don't, I mean, I like it on other peppers, but it's just the habanero. I don't know what it is. I'm just not a fan of it. And at least this I can use. I used a lot of habaneros for sauces, and this at least I'm excited to use for sauce. Try with sauces. Here we've got a Hungarian wax pepper. Starting to flower a little bit. Yep. And here I've got a 7-pot yellow plant. It was already flowering and had some peppers growing, and I went to go pick it off just because I want it to be a little bit taller before it starts producing. I want it to get a little bigger. And here is my 7-pot white. I'm excited about those too. All the 7 pots. Here I've got another 7-pot Katie, about the same size as the other one. Here, and this is one I'm actually really excited about. This one is very interesting. I started it from seed back in October of 2021, and it's only getting this big as of like in the past month. I mean, it was I'd say, yeah, from October all the way until beginning of May. This thing was growing at a snail's pace. It was, I don't know what to say. I mean, it grew. I can kind of show you. It's kind of got its old frame a little bit. All where these like smaller leaves are is that growth that took, you know, how much it grew in that however long. I mean, what, like almost 7-8 months of this, and it only grew that much. And then all of a sudden I put it out in the hailstorm and, you know, kind of got obliterated. But all this new growth that came in has just filled it up, and I'm kind of surprised about it, on how fat, like, you know, like 70% of what this plant is all was just in the past month, and this thing's like, I mean, what, 9 months old. Here I've got a enough about that one, I guess. Here I've got a California Wonder that I started from seed in my 5-gallon buckets, starting to put out flowers. Here I've got a Cubanelle. This one I'm going to use for sauce, just to mild down a lot of the Superhots. Here I've got, yeah, Cubanelle. Sorry about that. This one I'm going to give to the neighbor. Just he makes a big batch of salsa, and he uses some of my peppers for him. Nothing too spicy here. Here's the Big Mama, the Carolina Reaper. I have no clue what I'm going to do with that. Just kind of had to grow it at some point, and figured, why not now? Here I've got another 7-pot white, which I'm probably going to use a lot of these 7-pots for sauces. Here I've got a Siberian Iris. I already went to go flower. Here I've got my meadow sage, already flowered, starting to produce more buds. Right there. Here, I think you pronounce this Delphinium. Probably only grows that tall. Little small plant. And on to my perennial fruits. Here, these two are honeyberries. This one is a Borealis honeyberry, or Haskap, whatever you like to call them. Had this planted last year, and the rabbits completely chewed it down to the ground. I really didn't think it was going to come back, but I figured, nature does surprising things. I'll leave it to see, and of course it surprised me. Here I used to, this is a berry blue Haskap. I had a Cinderella last year, but again, the rabbits just obliterated all my bushes, and the Cinderella did not make it. Plus, it just wasn't my favorite. It was just more of a sprawly, scraggly plant anyways. So I kind of put in a new plant this year, and it's not doing as good as the Borealis, but I hope that next year it'll come back and feel a lot more at home. Here I've got blackberries. This one is the black Satin Blackberry. It's got pink flowers. Here is my Natchez, I think you pronounce it that way, Blackberry. It's got the white flowers. Last year, squirrels got in, took all my blackberries before I could even try a ripe one. So this year I've got it guarded off. So I will get them this year. I'm dedicated. Here I've got some blueberries. This is the Superior Blueberry. This is also a blueberry. This is my Polaris Blueberry. Sorry, I'm really kind of out of it at the moment. Excuse me for that. My Polaris Blueberry. And here is my Elliot Blueberry. This one did not flower this year. This one only put out about 2 flower buds, enough to pollinate my Superior. So I'm excited to try blueberries, probably one of my favorite fruits besides blackberries. And here is my grape growing along my fence. This is a Marquette Grape, I believe. It's a wine grape, which I mean, I figured that's all right by me. You know, I'll give it a try. If it's no good, what's the harm? You know, just still eat the grapes. It's seeded, but that's what you get for being in Zone 3, Minnesota. And that's about it for my little backyard garden. If you made it this far, I mean, surprised. I don't know what you're doing, but thank you very much. I promise I will get better at this. I do. Just gotta stick with me, and things will improve. Both my gardening and my commentating and filming skills. So thanks for sticking it through this choppy, crappy video. And until next time, this is Dylan with Dylan's Garden. Thanks. Bye.